Okay, back in December, we took a look at some all-ages titles, one of which was Bravest Warriors.
Yes.
And for those of you who follow us on Facebook, you would have noticed that we posted up about how Bravest Warriors is now a cartoon. Ray has arrived to let us know his feelings on this cartoon of the comic Bravest Warriors.
Bravest Warriors is the second American animated series produced by Pendleton Ward, written and directed by Breen Burns and produced by Frederator Studios for their Cartoon Hangover YouTube channel. Set in the far future, the series follows 4 teenage heroes for hire as they warp through the universe to save adorable aliens and their worlds using the power of their emotions. The animated series began streaming on Hangover Channel from November 8, 2012, and the series is based on a short produced by Frederator's Nicktoons Network animation incubator series, Random Cartoons, that aired on January 10, 2009. A comic book adaptation published by Boom Studios launched on October 24th, 2012. There's a lot of fine points about this cartoon, and first of all, it's beautifully short, which makes it a wonderful show for portable devices, and it also means as an audience we don't waste a lot of time getting into the story, no matter where our characters are, and I love how commanding that is. This is our crew, this is where they are, and this is the dilemma that they're in, and that's about as long as it takes too, before we're wound up in what's about to happen, as opposed to, you know, the circumstances as to why they got there, how they got there in the first place.
Yeah, it keeps it really nice and fresh as well. Any kind of exposition, they so far kind of weave it into the narrative with just a few throwaway lines.
Yeah.
They also leave some things quite open, returning back to them in later episodes.
Yeah.
It feels like even though you've got these little episodes, there is a greater story at play here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you know, it unravels and reveals larger story arcs, you know, all the time, which is really nice. Some would say it's fresh. I would say it's fresh indeed. It's smart writing, and you know, it's no doubt going to spawn a whole, you know, series of one-liner quotes throughout the social streams if it hasn't already. And the kind of humor that it is, it's light, it's buoyant, it's vibrant. It's not so much situational comedy as it is character-driven comedy. Even though absurd things happen to around the world of these heroes, I derive more humor from, you know, what they say, how they react or act, and their comments on, you know, those occurrences. The main characters are Chris Kirkman, the leader of the Bravest Warriors. Now, he has a crush on Beth, and his weapon animal is a little bee which can form a sword with a honeycomb hilt. Then there's Beth Tezuka, the female member of the group. Her weapon animal is a cat which forms a cat o' nine tails with cat heads. There's Wallow, the offbeat and smartest member. His glove contains a computer AI named Pixel, who gets jealous very easily. And his weapon animal is a falcon, which forms an axe, and it can also form a bazooka. Finally, there's Danny Vasquez, the snarky cool inventor of the team. His weapon animal is a dog, which forms either a sword or a Gatling gun. There's also a bunch of other characters that pop in and out and return here and there throughout the series, and I think they'll go on to become series secondary characters, such as the Emotion Lord and Catbug and Impossibear.
But
well.
I love Catbug. He's so cute and he's
cute.
a cat and a bug. What more can you want?
A pet.
A pet.
A pet for everyone.
Yes.
Yes. I can't wait to see them return as well. But one of my favorite things about this series is the soundtrack. It's really cool. There's lots of bleeps and burrs and fizzes and whizzes and pops and bop-along tunes. It really feels like there's 4 characters living inside a computer game.
Yeah.
Design-wise, colours are vibrant, the backgrounds and the worlds are charming, and they're clever. Most of the characters have small button eyes, which prove surprisingly expressive, and the creatures from other worlds aren't dramatically different from one another. Instead, they exhibit subtle differences, which is amiable, because it makes me feel like that we're always in the same universe. Now, you've read the comics, Sonya, so how does this compare?
Really quite well,
Yeah.
although I do feel like the cartoon is eclipsing the comic just a little. They're both really, really good and I enjoy them both, but I think I like the cartoon a little bit more now. My big thing is with the character of Beth being the only female. She's also the love interest and she kicks ass. I really wish that her character was explored a bit more in the cartoon, but hopefully that will develop a bit later on. When they introduced Plum, who is the kind of unofficial 5th Bravest Warrior, it was pretty cool to have another girl on the team, which I really liked. So I'm really looking forward to the series developing those characters and Catbug returning, please. Yeah, look, this will feed your soul. It's funny, it's cute, it's short, it's a lot of fun to watch. I think if you're a bit of a kid at heart like we are, you'll get a fair kick out of this.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. I've read the comics, I've watched the cartoon. I like them all. It's a buy from me. It's just awesome.
Yeah, I agree with what you said about Beth though. She feels a bit unexplored at the moment, but you know, I'm sure they'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
I also thought that maybe there could have been a bit more friction, some more spice within the team. Sometimes it feels like we're all the best of friends and, you know, nothing can ever go wrong, nothing can divide us. And I don't know, maybe if there was a little bit more of a secrecy or a rivalry or something like that would really, you know, add an extra dimension to the team. For example, when I watched the short or the pilot, Wallow and Danny, they're kind of high-fiving each other all the time and getting off on being grittier, dirtier, you know, nastier boys, and that added something else, another edge to the, you know, how the team functions, and it also pushed Chris slightly more out into the fringe, which added something else as well. You know, that aside, I really like how emotion is an instrument of force within this universe.
Yeah.
And guys, you don't have to worry about getting hold of the whole collection because it's already there for you on the Cartoon Hangover channel. Yep. All the episodes are fully loaded into super punchy, bite-sized bullets ready to fire into your device and perhaps, you know, break the monotony that is your regular viewing. And despite the, you know, couple of grievances that I have, I think they'll iron out, and even if they don't, I totally think this is worth 5 minutes of your day. 5 minutes of your time, and you won't be disappointed. It's a buy from me. The Concierge.